welcome back to the makeup aisle. Today's video is going to be a haul and review on some products that I've been purchasing over the last month and a half. I'm actually going to split this video into two because I've purchased so much, so I didn't want this video to be super long. I'm going to start out with face products, and then the other video is going to be lips and eyes as well. So let's get started with the face product. To start, actually, I have a body product that I just recently ordered from Sephora. I used my Ebates Big Fat Check that I got back in February, and if you don't know what Ebates is, you need to look into it. It is just phenomenal. You spend money on the internet and you get money back from so many different sites. And this video is not sponsored. It's just how I do a lot of my makeup shopping. And after Christmas, because I buy so much online, I had a pretty nice big fat check, as they call it, for February. So I went onto the Sephora website and bought a couple of different things. One of those things is the Josie Maran Whipped Argan Oil Ultra Hydrating Body Butter. That's the long one. And this one is in the scent Lavender, which is my favorite scent of all time. It's just a really beautiful body butter. It's not too thick, it's not too thin, it's just perfect, but I'm telling you, it is so hydrating. If you've used any of her face products, I have used her argan oil. It is just so beautiful. And the next two products that I purchased, these are from Ulta actually. I have, the first one is their matte bronzer, and this is what it looks like. This one is in the shade Warm. It's a very beautiful bronzer. I tend to go a little lighter during the winter because my skin doesn't get a lot of sun, so I'm not as tan in the winter as I am in the summer. It's a really nice, just really solid matte bronzer. You know, they didn't reinvent the wheel or anything, but it's beautiful on the skin, and the fact that it doesn't have any glitter, any shimmer or anything, if you're really into matte bronzers, this is a really nice option for you. And I got this along with the pressed setting powder in Banana, and I think a lot of people have seen that. I got this because it was buy two get two free at the time on the Ulta website. This is by Makeup Revolution, and this is the luxury powder in Banana. I've really been into trying different banana powders only because my holy grail is the Anastasia banana powder. I love that. Like, I put nothing else above it, but I always, you know, like to try new products in case there's something really nice that I do like. And Makeup Revolution is really inexpensive. I want to say I think I paid $8 for this, and as small as it is, because when I got it, I'm like, man, that is really small. You get so much product in here. You don't really have to use a lot at all. And I can say with this product, I've used it several times. I do love the way it sits under the eyes. It doesn't crepe up. It doesn't dry out the under eyes. The one that I just showed you, the pressed banana powder from Ulta, is okay. I think I like my Anastasia pressed banana powder better, but it's okay. It's not awful. It's not like it, you know, my eyes, under my eyes was looking really gross after a couple of hours or anything, but it's probably a product that I will not repurchase because I have my Anastasia. But this one, just because it's loose, it's a little different, but it still does the same thing, I might repurchase, but I probably won't have to repurchase literally for like 5 years. You have so much product in this little container. The next item that I purchased on the Ulta website is the Essence Shape Your Face Contouring Palette. And I'm trying not to blind you there, so I'm going to open this. I'm getting a really bad glare. I'm still working with the lighting here, so if it looks really weird, I'm sorry. This palette, I always love trying out new contouring palettes just because there are so many out there. This impressed the hell out of me. This contour shade, for me, I thought was just so pretty. It's not ruddy on the face. It doesn't look like you have a splotch of poo on your face or anything like that. The highlighter is so-so, nothing to write home about. The blush, on the other hand, absolutely gorgeous. It is so pigmented, so beautiful on the cheeks, and lasts so long. I was really impressed with this. This has actually been in my everyday makeup drawer now for probably the past month, and I use it almost every day, especially the contour. The blush I don't use every day, but the contour I definitely do. The other product that I purchased when I was doing the buy two get two free on the Ulta website is this Ulta Flawless Prime foundation primer. It is a really nice primer. It's kind of a cross between a pore filling, almost silicone based and a moisturizing type of primer, which I really love. It also is green, which is great, so if you have redness on the skin, it helps to cancel some of that out. It goes on beautifully. It's not overly drying, overly moisturizing. It's just kind of right in the middle. Really nice everyday facial primer. I like this very much on my skin. Love again how it cancels out a little bit of the redness because it is green in color, but of course it doesn't stay green in color. Just goes into the skin beautifully, soaks in really quickly. So I really am loving this primer and would definitely recommend it. This is just a repurchase of mine because I absolutely love these sponges to death. This is the Real Techniques complexion sponge, and there we go, I'm trying not to blind you there. This is just such a great sponge. I am not the type of person to be wetting a beauty blender every single day. I can use this dry and it's still extremely soft, extremely pliable. I do not need to wet it, in my opinion, for my skin to get the same kind of result or outcome that I would with a wet beauty blender. When I'm getting ready in the morning for work, I don't like to, have to do 20 different steps to get ready in the morning. It's just a quick face and that's it. And the fact that the Real Techniques, I don't have to wet them I usually use them for my corrector and concealer under the eye. It's just absolutely beautiful. But just on the everyday for like under eye concealer and stuff, this sponge is just perfect, and the fact that I don't have to wet it and add an extra step just makes it that much better for me. I always make sure that I have at least 2 to 3 backups because I run through these like crazy. Another item that I purchased on the Sephora website when I did that with my Ebates Big Fat Check in February is the new Becca First Light Priming Filter, and this is the purple one. This is the one that just recently came out. I'm not one for necessarily using like these backlight priming filters or that sort of thing, but everyone was giving it such wonderful reviews, and I was seeing how it made the skin look. You can basically liken it to the MAC strobe cream. It leaves your skin so illuminated and so beautiful and just this nice glow. And I really do like it, especially for the winter. I tend to use these type of primers where they're a little creamier or adding a little bit more to the skin, because your skin tends to be sallow during the winter when you're not really getting a lot of sun. So you're not really, you kind of just look dead and, just gross all the time. So this I really liked. I've used it several times. Love the way it made my skin look. It didn't, feel oily. It didn't feel greasy, nothing. It just adds this really nice sheen to the skin. So it's not a shimmer, it's not a glitter, it's none of that. It just kind of awakens the skin. It makes the skin just look awake and beautiful. Another item that I purchased, this one actually was from HSN, is the Dr. Brandt Pores No More Primer. I've been hearing a lot of good things about this primer and I wanted to give it a go. It's a beautiful primer. It's actually what I'm wearing today. It comes out almost skin colored, so it looks like a concealer. It doesn't go on, with any color or anything like that. It just goes into the skin. This is definitely a little more silicone based because it is filling in pores, but it goes on so beautifully, really does the trick. I've been using this several times since I've received it in the mail. It's been like 2 weeks and I've been using it a lot during that time. And the packaging is pretty big. You get a lot in there and it doesn't take a lot to actually go on the skin. So little goes a long way with this product. One thing that I'm so excited about that I finally got, I've been like dying to get it, is the NYX Angel Veil foundation primer. And this has been talked about forever here on YouTube, but this is just a really nice foundation primer. It goes on like a moisturizer. It looks like a moisturizer, feels really nice on the skin, but the skin soaks it in right away, so you're not feeling oily or greasy or anything like that. It's another one of those good solid options that you have if you like your drugstore foundation primers, or you're looking for something a little less expensive than your non-drugstore primers. This is definitely a wonderful choice as far as primers go. The Angel Veil from NYX, it's one of those tried and true classics. The next item that I have, I actually purchased, I want to say, at CVS, and this is the Maybelline Master Camo Conceal and Correct Kit. This for me is, I don't know, I'm not too impressed with it. I don't like necessarily using concealers and correctors in pan form. They have to be really good for me to like really want to use them. The orange corrector here, do like that because I have dark under eye circles, so the orange is really nice to correct. I used the concealer a couple of times. it didn't wow me, let me put it that way. It's not like something where you look at like a Shape Tape or even a NARS Radiant Creamy where you just almost see a difference in the under eye area. This for me really didn't do that. This is just an item I probably will not repurchase. I haven't used the highlight side at all. Again, the orange corrector and the concealer are the only things that I've used. They're okay, so you know, let me say that, which I'm really kind of upset about, because the master line that Maybelline has just come out with, like the which I'm going to show you next, the master blush. I also have like the master contour kit that came out many months ago. Love that contour kit so much. So I was really kind of having high hopes for this, but it sort of fell flat for me. And I had to put a lot in order to feel like I had that good coverage. The good thing was that it didn't crepe on me, it didn't separate on me. You know, I set it with banana powder and it was fine throughout the day, so that's a good thing that it did last that way. It wasn't like it started breaking or separating. But as far as, you know, just personal preference, it's not something that I would personally repurchase. The last two items I have in this haul and review are blush palettes. If you know anything about me, I will never say no to a blush palette. I do have the Maybelline Master Blush, and this is a blusher and highlighter palette, and that's what that looks like. That's been around YouTube a lot lately, and I couldn't wait to get my hands on it. At first, like, I couldn't find it anywhere, and I finally found it, and I'm like, yes, you are going to be mine. And then I also purchased the L'Oreal Infallible Paints Blush Palette. And let me show you that without blinding you. There we go. This, first of all, the Infallible Paints Blush Palette was $16.99. That's 17 bucks for 4 pans that are pretty small. They're not that big. I was so disappointed in this Infallible Blush Palette. It took me, I don't know, maybe 10 swipes on my cheeks and kept going and going and going. And I did it with the really bright pink color right here. I could not get pigmentation out of this. I don't know if I got a bad one, because when you look at them, they look immensely pigmented. And I'm saying, okay, if I'm going to keep piling this on and piling this on, this better not look crappy as I keep piling on layers and layers. And it didn't, but I didn't see hardly anything. It was so barely there that I had to add another blush to it. Compared to the Master Blush by Maybelline, this palette blows the L'Oreal Infallible Paints out of the water. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I've tried the highlighter. Very nice. I was so surprised with that. But the blushes in this palette, I'm wearing this one today. So pigmented, so beautiful. When I say last a long time, the days I've been wearing it, I go to work and several hours later, I make the point of looking into the mirror and seeing how my face looks. These blushes are still on my face, still beautiful, still looking flush, still looking blushed, just gorgeous. But as far as comparison, if you're kind of on the fence and what should I do, I'm gonna say leave this one at the store, get the Maybelline Master Blush. Again, for $16.99 too, that is pretty expensive for 4 very small pans, and for me, something that doesn't work that great. I'm gonna continue to play around with it and just see maybe if there's like combo of colors that I can use. But I want to give it a chance because I know the L'Oreal Infallible line is extremely good. I mean, you've got the new lip paints, you've got eye products, you've got foundations that people absolutely love from the Infallible line. So I'm hoping that I can work with this a little more, make it work for me, because if not, this completely fell flat in my opinion. Well, that does it for this video, a haul and review. If you want to know more about a specific product, please let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Click on the little bell because that will give you notice whenever I upload a new video. And make sure you hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for spending a few moments of your day with me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.